welcome to Flip Lesson 90, 6th grade. Today we're going to look all at, that sounds good. How about let's look at measuring terms. I'm done. I'm just not gonna talk at all because I can't even say the words right. All right, good luck 6th grade with this lesson. Measuring turns. And we want to understand the relationship between north, south, east, west, and how a person can turn on different types of angles or different degrees of angles. And so we're going to work with those concepts today. So to start, we see that Jack is traveling north, right? So we can start by showing the fact that he's traveling north in a northerly direction. And I'll even put a label of N for north so we know he's going there. It says at the light he turned 90 degrees to the left, right, and traveled back 1 block to the next intersection. All right, so he's going 90 degrees to the left this time. And so as I look at that, okay, here's my 90-degree angle, right? 90-degree angle, and he's going to the left, so he made a left turn, and so we see that. Then he goes back 1 block to the next intersection. At the next intersection, it says he turned 90 degrees to the left again. All right, so now if we're heading this direction, we know he's heading west now. So if he's heading west and he's going to take a left-hand turn, that means his turn is going to send him this way. All right. And the question then asks, well, if those are the turns that he took, what direction is he facing? And of course, my arrow got a little crooked there, but we can see, maybe not. We can see that he is now traveling south because we see those left-hand turns of 90 degrees both times. So drawing pictures can be very handy in today's lesson. Let's try another one. It said Sid and Catherine were facing south, so they're both looking south right now. All right. Sid made a quarter turn clockwise. So he's going to make a quarter turn clockwise. So let's use blue for Sid. He's going to take a quarter turn clockwise. Now when we think about quarter, we can kind of think about a circle, right? If this was a circle here, that's a pretty horrible circle. But if it was a circle, you would understand that 90 degrees is a quarter of a circle. So when you see quarter turn, we're going to see a quarter of a circle. All right. Now we're going to go clockwise. Okay, so he's going south. He's going to turn clockwise. That would really mean he's going to his right, like that. Okay, to face west, and that makes sense, all right, because that agrees with our idea of west. All right. Catherine goes south, but she's going to go counterclockwise. We'll make her purple. Right? She's going to go counterclockwise until she faces left, right? So first she turns this way, and then she has to turn this way, and then she has to turn this way. So now she's finally facing west also. Now the question is, how many degrees did Catherine turn? We understand that a quarter turn is 90 degrees, but now as we look at the picture, where Catherine is turning, we have a 90 plus a 90 plus a 90 to give us a total of 270 degrees. And so we have that idea. We're going to come back to this problem because I think the video is going to run out of time. So part 2 can be found in just a minute. All right, here we are back for part 2 of this lesson, looking at the idea of turns. Now, as we look at a circle, let's just talk about a circle real quick, and we could talk about the degrees that can be found in a circle. We already mentioned the fact that this here, a quarter, is 90 degrees. So if we were to think about all of the turns, right, that would be a 90, and then this would be a 90, and finally our last quarter turn would be a 90. And so 4 times 90 is going to give us a total of 360 degrees to go in a complete circle. And we can see that through this little figure right here. Now, let's use this information to help us with this problem. It says Ziggy went running in a park. That makes a lot more sense. One each lap around the park. What was I writing? Here's the idea. He's taking a lap around the park. On each lap, I think that's what we'll say. On. Let's get rid of that. On each lap around the park, he made 5 right-hand turns. How many degrees did Ziggy turn on each of his right-hand turns? And so basically we have this picture here. We have a picture of a park, and I'll draw a beautiful tree for you just to give you that picture. Oh, come on, green leaves. Oh, look at that beautiful tree. Okay, so here's the park. He's going to run around, and we'll give him a starting spot, and we'll say he's starting right here, right? He goes here, and he's going to take 5 turns. So he's running one turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta finish this one. This one's supposed to go here. Okay? So we would say here's the first turn, here's the second turn, here's the third turn, here's the fourth turn, and then of course to start the new lap, you'd have your 5th turn to start over again. And in the end, you see we've made a shape, right? A pentagon, 5-sided shape. But really, we have an overall shape that we see here, because in the end, to go around this park, Ziggy would have to go in a complete circle. And so we can use that information to help us out, figure out the number of degrees of each of these angles. Since we understand that a circle is 360 degrees around, and our pentagon, as we complete this lap, really is going in a circle around this park, right? It's a circle with a bunch of corners, 5 corners. So in the end, we can say, okay, if I have a 360 degree lap, that's completely around, and I have 5 turns, that means 5 going into 360 should give me the number of degrees in 1 turn. So 5 goes into 3 0 times, 5 goes into 36 7 times, 7 times 5 is 35, and 1 goes down, 0 goes down, 5 goes into 10 2 times. And so our answer would then be, how many degrees did Ziggy turn on each of his right-hand turns? It would be 72 degrees. And we can double check our work by saying, okay, 72 times 5, 5 times 2 is 0, carry the 1, and perfect. So we got 360 degrees. We divide that by 5 because that's the number of turns we had, and in the end, we get this wonderful lap around the park. So 72 degrees gets us around that park with 5 turns. All right, there's the picture. Here's the idea. Now here's your assignment. Think about if you were standing in front of church and you're going to leave church and you're going to make your way down to the 7-Eleven right at the corner of Pack Highway and 260th. So what directions would you give, right? Think about using turns, right? Think about talking about degrees. Think about talking about directions to help us use it. Don't forget to use ideas like clockwise and counterclockwise as you are taking your turns also. And get us from one step to the next.